Hey, it's your girl Moon 69 Ways, and I'm here for another recap review of Beyond the Gates episodes 57 to 59. Before I get into this recap review of Beyond the Gates episode 57 59, if you are new here, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and hit the like button for your girl as I get into this episode 57 first review. Wrong one. Change that format. Okay. So 57, Ashley and Derek of it all. My least favorite characters of it all. Yeah, so let me try to get them out the way. Ashley still crying about Derek not being in her apartment no more. She noticed some of his things are missing, so she thinks he's not coming back. Say he moved out. She crying in Andre's arms, and Andre trying to assure that like he'll be back. Trying to encourage her to work it out with Derek and stuff like that. But as he was doing that, he got a text. But choose not to check the text message because I think he know who it's from, and he just wanted to be there for Ashley, I guess. And he said Ashley spent too much time taking care of everyone else and not enough on herself. And Ashley gave pushback, said she was selfish about the way she handled Derek, and I agree. I mean, I know moving in together is new for them, but the way she was acting, baby, yeah, I'd be surprised if Derek didn't move out. Okay, yeah, but yeah, she is. She got OCD. She high maintenance. Yeah, in her little studio, like she is so comfortable in her own bubble. She never. I don't think she ever had the thought of bringing someone else in, even though they in a relationship. But they will. That will eventually happen. So they will have to, especially if he plans to, because he said he planned on marrying her and they having children. So if they plan on taking this all away, they gonna have to live with each other. Okay, but they're gonna definitely need more room. Okay. So yeah. So that was that, and he what's the name? Andre tells her um he said Andre told her like if he was Derek, there's nothing he could do that would make him walk out. I'm like, really, Andre? You had to say that? Mm-hmm. Sure. Anyway, Ashley had learned that Andre really never had deal with like a committed relationships and never had never ended or broken up with a person in his relationships. He only had like flings, casual flings. When he says that, when he let that be known, he had casual flings, and he said that his auntie Nicole believe it's because he's afraid to get too close and lose that person due to how he lost his parents, because he lost his parents, I guess, at a young age. And yeah. So as he was saying that, I'm looking like, so what makes Danny different? Because you seem like you want to be out in the open with Danny. If you be out in the open with Danny, that means you're out in a relationship. It's not just any casual fling anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I found that's the interesting change of Andre. If he just used to casual fling, so why are you giving Danny a hard time about coming out that y'all together and you don't do relationships? I don't get it. Maybe he changing. I don't know. But yeah, Derek somewhere. I thought he was in the jailhouse. Or I'm like, is he at work? Because he was like a little bed and you see like a shadow or some bars or something. It was weird, but I don't know where he was at. He couldn't sleep in that little bed he was in. So I guess he ended up going down to Uptown. I think he met Naomi. Um he ran into Naomi because Naomi was there at the bar. And she was just talking to him, trying to. She already heard what went down, about him and Ashley, and yeah, Derek already know, like, okay, this is Ashley homegirl, so you already like took her side automatically. And she just said, no, sit down, let's talk it out. She want to hear his side of what happened. And he just said how, like, child, if he blink wrong, turn his head wrong, anything he will do, she gets upset. She is like high tempered. Is like, he already admitted that he's like a slob, but he, he like, she got pissed at some invisible scratches on the refrigerator. I was like, oh geez. And Naomi trying to help him, trying to encourage him to like meet her halfway. And she offered to also help him like text, because I actually been texting him and calling him and stuff. So she offered to help him text back, in a language that Ashley will understand. Okay, so yeah, she texted to him what he should say, but I don't think he sent it to Ashley. So there's that with them. What else I want to talk about? So let's talk about Chelsea. Yeah, let me get her out the way. So we're gonna talk about Chelsea. She meeting the girl Allison, which is who is a part of that couple that Chelsea be having threesome with. Okay, so and Chelsea admitted, like, I think a few episodes ago, that she's into Allison and Allison alone, and she wants to see if something can happen just between them two. And she reassured Allison looked like she's there not in a happy way, not for pleasantries. I guess she came there to, like, shut Chelsea down about them being with each other, for them two alone when they hook up or whatever. And because she, like, Allison said, like, I'm with my husband. We do this, for uh I guess to help a relationship. And she does not want a relationship outside of her husband. So I guess the husband wasn't down for it. So yeah, so she had to hurt Chelsea's feelings. She let her down. Um and she said their relationship with Chelsea was never meant to be serious. So yeah, even though she still, feels for Chelsea, she just, she's committed to her husband, and it's not supposed to be serious or permanent. You know what I mean? For us inviting a third person into her husband relationship. So Chelsea feelings was hurt because she said she also told she was developing feelings, I guess, for her. So Chelsea abruptly leave. Yeah, so also at the bar, Jacob came to see Naomi. Naomi was at the bar as well. And they also saw Chelsea leave and stuff like that. So, and that's when Jacob told Naomi about the whole Derek and Ashley of it all, and how Derek was trying to sleep on their couch because he called himself moving out, and Jacob said he trying to talk to him and communicating with Ashley, and trying to make things right between the two. Um, until he got I guess message to come down, I guess, on the lead. So he had to, lead the bar, lead Naomi at the bar, because I guess they trying to rekindle their own relationship and stuff like that. So he said she'll see him at home. He said he'll make it up. um, ugh, the Hamilton house. So Bill and Haley, I guess they was, making love. They still on a dealing with the honeymoon phase. So they went to the country club because Haley was craving for some food at the country club. So mind you, at the country club we also have Pamela and Danny, and Pamela had to relay what Diego did, which was lay that kiss on her, an attempt to make Vanessa jealous, and Danny couldn't believe Diego would kiss a single woman to make a married woman jealous. Um, and she noticed, Danny noticed that her friend was like down about it because she liked the kiss, but the kiss was only to make Vanessa jealous. So yeah, so it wasn't like a real kiss. So even though she enjoyed it, but Pamela also told Danny that she approached Diego for a modeling gig. I mean, to join a modeling agency, and he turned her down. So, and he got out of there so quick after that. So, um, and she was just disappointed that he wasn't genuinely interested in her. So, yeah. So, Pamela admitted that no, she kind of felt rejected, over Diego, even though she wasn't really seeking Diego, but he did plant that kiss on her, kind of got her, your body to react and get your mind thinking like, okay, this young thing. So yeah, so Pamela trying to change the subject, and she asked about Danny dating Andre because she saw what the chemistry was when they had a photo shoot for the modeling agency, for promotional photos for the modeling agency. And Danny trying to brush it off, talking about Andre just friends, but we already know the real deal. And I was wondering, did Pamela pick down what was going down? I mean, pick up what was going down during that photo shoot, because it was like some staring, glaring, some flirty eyes going on, some flirty looks going on, stuff like that, and how close they were each other's face. So yeah, she picked it up. So yeah, but she talking about Danny talking about her Andre just friends. I'm like, you say he's just a friend. She said he's just a friend. Yeah, so Danny accused Pamela of, projecting. And say she's the one who is lonely. Pamela is says difficult being single and in the dating scene, and she's talking about some dating apps. And Danny trying to big up her friend, trying to get her some confidence about herself, how gorgeous and sexy she is, and then bam, she planted a kiss on her lips, and then as she was planning to kiss, like kissing her, we see Bill and Haley come in, and then came Chelsea. I'm like, oh my god, and they was like, they don't know what was going on, they just thinking like something is going. But child, even Pamela was caught off guard by Danny kiss, but yeah, she was just trying to help her to forget about Diego, which was her last kiss. So she just did that. So, and then Bill ass came over there accusing Danny kissing Pamela just to make him jealous while his wife is over there at the other table. And it's like, it's not always about you. I think that Danny said it's not always about you, Bill. It's like, this ain't had nothing to do with you. She didn't even know you was standing over there. Okay, she know none of y'all was standing over there. So yeah, so she said it had nothing to do with you. And Danny and Pamela, they was kind of like amused about his reaction to them kissing. So how they upset Bill, and he returned to his table with his wife is there. Like, why you so upset what your ex is doing? Is wild, and why you always think that she doing something on purpose just for you? It's crazy, but I guess. Um, but also Chelsea saw, so she is upset and she has some misplaced anger. So she was yelling at her mom, talking about seeing them kiss. She kissing Pamela was a slap in the face, and stuff like that. And then at this point, I think Pamela excused herself, and she said, "You doing this stunt to make dad jealous and stuff like that." And Pamela, like I said, Pamela awkwardly left, and Danny was taken aback, like, okay, what's going on? Like, what's going on? Like I said, Chelsea had misplaced anger due to the fact she got dumped. Okay. So she's a little heartbroken, and I don't think no one else knows besides Kat that her sexual adventures she been having with this couple. So yeah. So, Danny is taken aback. And Danny had talked to her in private. And Chelsea came out to Danny about her having this feeling that she been done by this woman named Allison, and she had grew feelings for her due to when she was interacting in a threesome with Allison and her husband. So yeah, so she came out to her. And Danny always said she was an ally to the community and stuff like that. So she ain't there to judge. She just trying to understand like what's going on with Chelsea, because Chelsea came in hot. And Danny asked Chelsea, first of all, Haley and Bill, they were just watching the whole thing, child. And Bill was hoping that Chelsea wash her mama away, like this her mama, like she is dissing him on the low. So he said he was gonna go over there and check on Chelsea. He went over there as Chelsea and Danny are talking, and he asked her if she's okay and stuff like that. You want to talk? She said this is like she cut him off and tell him like, no, like this is a it's a private mother and daughter moment. Then Bill kind of back off, and he just said, I'm here if you need me and stuff like that. And Danny asked Chelsea did she hear her interest in women because of Bill reaction, because of Bill, what his reaction might be. So yeah, she encouraged Chelsea to be open and just be who she is. And then Chelsea did open up about her hooking up with couples just for fun, but then she started developing feelings for Allison. So it's a girl, so of the woman. Allison, she was just being rejected and hurt. I mean, I guess this is her first rejection for as her in her interactions with this particular couple, because she said she be hooking up with couples. Okay, that's plural. Okay, so she took it. I guess she's a regular with this couple, so and she ended up falling for the wife, Allison. So yeah, and she had, she just being rejected. She hurt. Danny, encouraged her that she's beautiful and brave, and she's still learning about what she wants in a relationship and stuff like that. So Chelsea said that she is like bi queer. She's still figuring it out. I mean, she's still young. Of course she's figuring it out. Danny is sure sure of her that she loves her, and then she always doesn't know the right things to say, and she apologized if her and Pamela kiss offended her and stuff like that. So that was a good touching moment. Danny was open and encouraging her, like she wasn't not judgy, okay, of Chelsea coming out. So meanwhile, we see Haley and Bill, they still over there, being spectators. And he dropped his spoon And he'd be still having this numbness and shakiness in his I want to say right hand. And Helen even noticed that, like, is everything okay? Like, should I be worried and stuff like that? He kind of brushed it off and stuff like that, talking about it was something after something about his when they was having sex. I don't know. I can't remember what he said, but he brushed it off, and stuff like that. It was just like, okay. Um so we gonna move over to offer we at the diner. Offer jeans. Eva confront Leslie, crazy ass, and about her recent conversation with Kat specifically, because she heard that Kat recorded her and said that Eva was the one that caused Laura accident. And Eva is pissed, okay? Pissed. And Leslie always trying to gaslight and brush stuff off when it comes to the truth, okay, of it all, especially telling evil stuff. And you accusing your daughter of doing this crime. And she just insists that Kat was, trying to get under Eva's skin and stuff like that and cause up trouble. And she tries to deflect and twist it, like if Eva did cause the accident, let's say she'll take the blame. And Eva accused her mom of being the one responsible, and then Leslie said that neither of them caused it. Eva did remind her mom of the not just the running off the road of Laura, but also the potassium spike while she was recovering, and that caused her to go in cardiac arrest and stuff like that. And she almost died a second time. And Eva asked if Leslie going to blame her own actions on all her wigs and the wardrobes, meaning her many alter egos, Sherry, Anna, Lulu. You pick. Yeah, so Leslie finally admitted that she caused a car accident. And Eva said she did it all for Eva and for herself. Eva was getting teary eyed because she was like, I think Eva had an inkling when initially, after the fact, she had an inkling. Um, her mama might have caused Laura, because I remember her asking those questions. Leslie was gaslighting the mess out of her, and she also gonna gaslight the mess out of her right here, right now, because Eva's like, okay, so you did it, and now you up there accusing me, telling people that I did and you actually did it. And then Leslie she said even knows the truth. And then now Leslie said even knows the truth, now she's a part of it. Eva is in an uh like she's the accessory after the fact. I mean, you just told her the truth. Like, in my mind, she just found out the truth. She could easily just go to the police, go to Jacob, whoever, and report you. But there's still her mom, and she still got that Stockholm thing going on. So yeah, Leslie joked that if Eva gets thrown into the cell next to Leslie, they can finally catch up on the bonding. Mother and daughter bonding. I was cracking up, okay, because Dana Lulu, I mean Leslie is cuckoo. Okay. Cool. Um so at the same time as that was going down, Jacob came in Cause I guess this is the tip he had got when he was at the bar with Naomi. So he came in and approached Eva's table. Leslie refused to stay because Jacob already questioned her crazy behind. She walks away, but she kind of ducks and went around and stuff of the diner to kind of eavesdrop and see what Eva's going to say. Um, so she pretended to leave. She stayed in the diner, and Jacob assists clearing some things up for her as Laura's accident, and he also said you can because he got some questions. He said you also can call an attorney, and Eva said she doesn't want to call an attorney. Jacob said that said that if she has nothing to hide, she can clear her name with one conversation. Eva says she didn't hurt Laura. So she asked her some questions. She said she was at the casino the night of Laura's accident, and she took a selfie. She was at the blackjack table. She took a selfie. She showed a selfie, but Jacob still got to verify because the casino have cameras and stuff like that. And Jacob asked like, was her mama home when she came home? Was her mama home at night that night? Eve said she didn't know that her mom was there or not, so she didn't know. He also asked about a motorcycle. Eva did admit that the stepfather had one. But she said that I think her mom had sold it after his death or something like that. And Eva, lies and said that Leslie doesn't ride motorcycles. And Dana Leslie is, and all her alter egos is listening to the whole thing, and she kind of in delight and happy that Eva lied to protect her. And once Jacob left, but before he left, he did warn her like, if you covering or if you just lied to me, you have to be if you lied, then you have more to worry about later or something like that. But after he left, Dana Leslie and all her alter egos was so elated that Eva lied on her behalf and saying that she still love your mama, still protect your mama and stuff like that. And Eva is like, I guess think she doing the right thing because like I said, Dana Leslie fill her head up that she could be an accessory after the fact. So she's just not trying to protect her mom. She's trying to protect herself at the same time. And yeah, and she just saying you still love me, and a push comes shove, you protect your mama. And she said that's my girl. And that was it. Eva still hurt, kind of teary eyed that she had to do that. So yeah, 58, episode 58. So 58. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the Duprees house. So we see Vernon getting ready. He was on the phone with somebody. He was getting ready for work, and I'll be forgetting that he's a senator. A senator, and yeah. So Tracy, I guess, overheard him talking on the phone at one point. I don't know who he was talking to. He said next time call the office or something. And Vernon was getting ready, and Nita did tell Tracy that they expecting another guest. We see Naomi, excuse me, arrive to her grandma's house, Anita, and Anita introduced Tracy, and Naomi kind of gushed over because she's a huge fan of the Articulates, and Naomi just shared that she listened to her and her sister listened to the Articulates, and since they was little, so they know they songs and stuff like that. And she also, she grew up on their songs, and she also just did the when they had that karaoke night, she was one of the backups for her grandma on stage. So yeah, Naomi was excited to meet Tracy. Um, and Tracy was shocked that he had like a young fan. um, and she was shocked that anyone would recognize her these days. And Anita shared their memories from the past, and including being discovered by this manager named Dante Green at the talent show. I wonder if Dante Green is still alive. If he is, I would like to see him make an appearance. Naomi remark about the talent show. I mean, not the talent show. The karaoke night and stuff like that, and how um no, I think Grandma Anita Dupree said how Naomi tricked her to get on stage, which it was a trick at the karaoke night, and then ended up being a talent agent there at the karaoke night, and by the name of Jim Price, and he offered Anita, I guess, a concert opportunity to, like a reunion with the Articulates and stuff like that. And she said she turned it down. No, it was for a solo, because I forgot she did have a solo career. So it was a solo career act. She turned it down because she wanted to reunite where she had her start at, which was in the Articulates. So with Tracy and Sharon. So I can't wait to meet Sharon. Okay. So Naomi left in because Naomi didn't know about the talent agent. So she was shocked about that. And, she was like, telling her grandma congratulations and stuff like that. And also Tracy was taken aback about her turning it down for a solo concert, and she wanted to reunite with the Articulates. And, her and Tracy had a real conversation about how things went down. Okay. And about why she's really there. Okay. Um and why she waited. She asked Anita why she waited for Naomi to leave to tell her about the concert. Anita apologized, and Tracy just said she kind of felt a little blindsided, like, okay, I thought we were just, old friends catching up. She didn't think nothing that was gonna be about the group, about having a reunion concert and stuff like that. So, and Anita said this is a concert to make up for the past, and how in the way she wanted to make up to the group, by the way, how she left when she did her solo thing. She wanted to make it up to the group. So this is like a way of making it up to the group. How things went down when she left. Tracy was, concerned about opening up old wounds, and which they did. Um and they said they doubt Sharon would agree. Said Sharon is nowhere near ready to forgive Anita. And Mama Dupree said she how reconnecting with Tracy meant the world to her and stuff like that. And yeah, so that was that thing. So we're gonna head over to Offer Jean's Diner, where we have Leslie offer Mona a donut as a peace offering. I'm like, why are you still approaching this lady? This lady do not want to have nothing to do with you. Mona is like not with the BS anymore after she found out who you really are. So she refused until Dana, Leslie, all her aliases that the Richards are her friends, and she is not your. I'm not your friend. So basically, that's what Mona was saying to Dana, Leslie, and all her aliases. So Leslie, Dana, Leslie, um, assume Ted and Nicole must work things out already, since they so in love. I mean, like, Mona was pissed that Leslie went out her way to humiliate Nicole. She said, I could see Ted because he's the one who had the affair, right? But your portrayal was set on Nicole and embarrassing her. Like, for real. Like, I think this is not the first time Dana Leslie or Elise has heard that. Like, you really humiliated Nicole, even though your target was supposed to be with Ted, because you had the affair with Ted and you potentially had the child with Ted. So yeah. Yeah. So, Mona was not feeling her, and Dana Leslie responded that Ted was miserable in his marriage. And Mona just walked out upset, like, girl, no, that was not it. Cause they had a rough patch. But anyway, Mona walked out on her crazy behind. We see a scene where Nicole did appeared to work. She said this is her first time since the anniversary party that she been to work, even though she don't have no appointments and stuff like that. So, a nurse Shanice kind of welcomed her back, and it was good to see her face and stuff like that. And she ran into Andre, and Andre asked her how she was. They asked, do she want to have lunch later? She said no. She's not planning on staying long because, like she said, she had no appointments. Um, she just didn't want to. She just didn't want to be in the house cooped up. So she decided to get out. So as she, was looking around, and here comes Ted. Um, she ran into Ted at the hospital. I think that's their first time seeing each other since their big talk before he went to the hotel. So yeah. Ted asks if they can talk, but Kat did arrive and interrupt they whole the whole mood, the whole vibe as they were standing there. So they go to Ted's office. Kat pulled out her phone and played a recording that she did of Dana Leslie on her aliases. Saying that Eva is the one who ran Laura off the road. Nicole's pissed. She said Laura could have been unalive, and in her and the recording sound like, she said the recording sound like a confession, and she said something about telling the police, and she Kat did said she told Jacob and stuff like that, and he's working on it and stuff like that. So, and Kat made it plain that Dana Leslie and Eva had planned the accident or to remove Laura in order to get closer to the family. I mean, to take Laura's position in order to get closer to the family and stuff like that. Ted suggests that Dana Leslie did it alone, and he don't think Eva were do anything like that to hurt Laura like that. Um and and Nicole, like, why would she blame her daughter? And Ted was like, she is doing it because they are estranged. They are like, because she kicked Eva out for blocking, or trying to block the anniversary sabotage that she's pulling on Nicole and Ted anniversary party and stuff like that. So um at first Nicole said she didn't put none past Eva, but Ted insisted that it was just Dana Leslie is the dangerous one, not Eva. She just collateral. um Kat goes further in saying that she believed that Eva and or Dana Leslie is the one who spiked Laura's potassium. I mean, caused Laura's potassium spike. And Ted doesn't believe it was Eva, but he and they was talking about security and cameras and stuff like that. Kat revealed that Dana Leslie did visit Laura, and we saw that when Kat came in to visit Laura as well, and they ran into each other on Laura's room. So Kat already told them that she already alerted security on Laura's room. And Ted Nicole orders Kat to stay away from Leslie, and Nicole had to, like, I know you into the true crime podcast, but you need to lay low and not get involved before something happened to you. Like, I could see that crazy Dana Leslie on her aliases could do something to Kat because she's crazy. But yeah, that's not in Kat Warehouse. Kat is like Inspector Gadget. She's ready to solve the case. Okay. Um, Nicole tell Ted, like, this is your responsibility. You brought them into our lives, so it's up to you to get them out of our lives. Okay. And protect Laura and his family and stuff like that. So rightfully so, because it is it is right to put it on Ted because he did bring these people into their lives. So we also see Jacob at the hospital because, mind you, June in the hospital because she did have that surgery. And he ran into Nicole. No, he did. He ran to Ted, Kat, and Nicole. And because I guess, no, he just not there to check up on June. I forgot. One of them called him to come to the hospital right quick to talk about Laura, update on Laura accident, who caused it. And they did confirm Eva's alibi about her being, there was footage of her being at the casino that night. And so we see Jacob did pull Nicole to the side and ask for help with his client June. He tells Nicole that June gave him and Naomi a fake name, so June is not her name because he did run her name, and database and nothing came back. But he also saying she might have memory issues, and she also carried around this faded picture of children on it. So he does, and she doesn't know who they are. He doesn't know. They doesn't know who they are on that picture. Like who they really are. Nicole agreed to speak with her, and Naomi did arrive as well. So as Nicole is talking to her, uh Jacob and Naomi on the other side, just listening while Nicole's talking to her. And Nicole introducing herself and said June is a pretty name. And June claimed that her name is Jessica Griffin and shared the story involving a daughter named Bonnie and her marriage to a widower Duncan, who returned to his ex-wife Shannon after she came back from the dead. I was cracking up because that was from As the World as the World Turned, which what's her name? Uh As the World's Turned. That was Jessica, which was played by Anita. The lady who played Anita, Tamara Tooney. Yeah, Tamara Tooney. She plays the World's Turn. So she was the Jessica character, and Nicole said, yeah, Jessica kind of favorite my mom Anita. I was like, y'all get out of here with this. I see what y'all did there. I see that a little inside joke. Uh, even Nicole pick up, even Jacob and Naomi, they was falling for the okie doke because, and Nicole's like, it's our job to, kind of tune in what the patient is watching. So that was a soap As the World Turned. If you caught that, you caught that. You know. So yeah, June smiled knowingly that she was telling a lie. She knows she got it from that show. So yeah, it was funny. It was a funny moment. Um, Dana, Leslie, all the illnesses came to Eva's room uninvited. She praised. She gave props to Eva for getting Ted to spring for the upscale hotel room, and Eva accused Leslie for throwing her on the bus with the whole cat thing for blaming her for the lower accident of it all. And Dana, Leslie, and all her Elises had to remind Eva that she lied to Jacob about covering for her mom. So yeah, and she's like that's only to avoid her being accessory to after the fact. So Eva prepares to leave for work because mind you, she still work at the hair salon that Ted rented her booth for, and Leslie refused to go. She said she wants to explore the hotel room. She discussed Eva. Eva was disgusting when Dana Leslie was reminiscing about her and Ted used to be in hotel rooms all the time back in the day. And she's trying to get her out of there. She demand her to leave the room. She left, but she also put a card in the door to keep it ajar, so she could just walk back in. Even though she leaving now, she can always come back and the door be open. So we saw her snuck back to the room, and she had a bag. She had like a tote bag, a big tote bag, okay? And she came in her room taking toiletries in a robe. I was like, oh my God. And then we heard a knock. Dana, Leslie, all her aliases answered the door. And then guess what? Who was standing there? It was Ted. And she was like, she called him Teddy Boo. What took you so long? I was like, oh my goodness. So that was the end of episode 58. So episode 59. So we get to episode 59. Dana Leslie, all her aliases, snuck into her room, taking her toiletries. And Ted opened the door, and she let him in, of course, because he is paying for the room. Ted is surprised to see her there, due to the fact that she kicked Eva out and mistreated Eva, and said she had nothing to do with the girl, even when it was her birthday. Ted criticized her for kicking Eva out the house, like I said, out the apartment. And then she just said Eva always gonna be her daughter regardless. I'm like, I can't tell by the way you treating her and gaslighting her and using her as a pawn, which is messed up. She said she came to check up on Eva to make sure that she is happy or something like that. And Ted he is not believing the crap that she's putting out. He always at this point he says she's lying. He gonna always think she's lying, but majority of the part she is lying. He asked why did she tell Kat that Eva's the one who ran Laura off the road. And Ted said he does not believe Eva did that, not one bit. She did not commit that crime, and he think it was her. And Dana Leslie, always trying to dismiss something with some sarcastic thing and stuff like that. She always got something slick to say, and she gave him his props from buying Eva a salon and rescuing her and like giving her this room. Ted corrected her, said like he only renting a booth and a chair at the salon. He's like, I ain't about her no salon. um and he just like I said, he accused her for running Laura off the road, and Ted keep pressing her, and Dana Leslie snaps at him and tell him stop making assumptions because every time she hear the truth, she always trying to gaslight or redirect something or change the subject. Okay. Um, and she dare him to push her away, and she also said, if you push me any further, and Eva gonna end up suffering more than she has already. I'm like, oh my God. And Ted can't believe Dana Leslie would do that to her own daughter. I'm like, is that her the real daughter? That's the question I be seeing out there about Beyond the Gates. Is this her real daughter? Would she throw her under the bus? Yes, she would throw Eva under the bus and hit a reverse and run her over some more and go forward, hit drive, go forward and do it again. So she doesn't care. And he insists that there's nothing he won't do to protect his child, especially from a crazy bitch like you. I was like, oh my God. Not the B word. And she was like, it's Miss Bitch to you before Ted storms out. Okay. Um Child. Oof. Why did Dana Leslie and all her illnesses went back to her place? And she's in the mirror talking to herself. And then mind you, talking about how fine she is, she's still fine like wine or something. And how Ted can't see her beauty, her power and stuff like that. Um we see her going through all her what's that called? Aliases or whatever you want to call it, all the things. Uh Dana, Anna, Lulu, all of them and stuff like that. So she is dressing up and changing wigs, stuff like that. So she dressed up in this like white cream suit and outfit, and she also has this wig on that kind of remind me of Nicole's. So I'm like, what in the single black female? I'm like, what is going on? Like, and she up there like mocking Nicole mannerisms and trying to imitate her voice as well. So it's like crazy. And and she said she's the new Nicole 2.0. I'm like, oh my God. I think something is about to go down with Nicole. I won't be surprised if she kidnap Nicole, have Nicole hold somewhere and then, trying to take on her persona. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. I don't know where this is going with this lady, but she definitely needs to be committed. Okay. And I hope Eva's the one that's gonna have her committed. Either needs to be committed and locked up or just locked up. I don't care. But yeah, she is out of her mind. Um so we are back at the Duprees mansion. So Vernon is leaving the house again. So because he had to go visit Martin and Smitty. So, Tracy kind of, looking from the distance of them and their affection for one another. And also, Tracy admired the grand piano. And how she said Anita won the lottery and how she have staff to take care of everything. And, Anita assured that they don't take care of everything. And how she came far. Tracy said how she came far from the Cabrini Green. Sensing the edge to the compliment, even though Tracy is like semi complimenting her, she also senses some tension. Okay, And she also Anita pressed Tracy about what she really mean about winning the lottery and stuff like that. And Tracy went down memory lane how Anita was collecting all these awards when she went solo, and her performing every week at the Blue Room, and barely making it by, and how people always ask about her. It's like, is she ever gonna like join her and stuff like that on stage? And it's like for her, it's like a bad memory, a bitter one at that. And yeah, she just saying like how she just doing these gigs at these dive bars and hotel lobbies and stuff like that. And how Anita got the solo deal because of their manager, Dante Green. They keep mentioning this Dante Green. I can't wait to see this Dante Green. And how he saw dollar signs in her and stuff like that, but not the rest of the articulates. So he see dollar signs in her or Sharon's. And she just said Anita left at the worst possible time. Like she wanted her, I see what she's saying. Like she wanted Anita to like help them out, get them on their feet before she went solo and stuff like that. I guess, but Anita had to come to admit that Anita had to admit that looking every time she looked at Tracy and Sharon, she reminded us something terrible that happened, and Tracy doesn't buy it. Tracy said she accused Anita only to be successful because she was ruthless, not because she worked harder than them. Because she was ruthless in how she went about things, and how she went about her solo career and stuff like that, and to go after what she wanted. Um, she saw, Tracy said she saw Anita saw the chance and she took it, leaving Tracy and Sharon behind. Child, it was getting heated. It was getting deep. I'm not gonna hold you. It was getting deep. It was getting heated. And then Anita admitted that maybe she was ruthless and said she wanted something of her own, and she refused something that she didn't. She said she wanted something of her own. She didn't. And she did not want to share it. And she trying to make herself somebody, and she want to be more than I guess get out of community green. If you know that's like the housing projects in Chicago back in the day. If you ever watch Cooley High, you get the sense of that. You know, she refused to apologize of becoming someone, and Anita knows how people whisper that she left Sharon and Tracy behind, and how the music industry is tough. It's tough to this day. I can imagine back in the day, but it's still tough to this day. Um, and she said she wasn't gonna let nobody hold her back. Like I said, she was trying to get out of the projects, okay? And she just want to be somebody, and she was trying to erase every reminder there was from her past. So she said that Tracy and Sharon was collateral damage. But it wasn't just. But Tracy replied, said it wasn't just Sharon and me, was it? I was like, ooh, what that mean? Ooh, what that mean? Because I need to know. I need to know the juicy deets, because it's getting juicy with the articulates. They got something going down. Something happened. Something went down. Okay, and I think Vernon is involved. So it's like, what went down? Or something went down between Anita and this Dante Green person, because I don't know. So we shall see what arrived from that drama. Um so Vernon arrives, is going on his way to Martin and Smitty house, and Smitty is trying to get back in the media field of it all, and he been doing some research for his study for the Washington Record. And he's upset about some social media stuff, and Martin tells him that his intensity can be overwhelming when he's in reporter mode. And Smitty tried to talk to Martin about something important. Martin, kind of brushed it off, talking about he had to get some Zoom, be on some Zoom calls and work on some infrastructure bill and stuff like that. So, and then Vernon was at the door, Mr. Duprees, to help Samantha with her history paper and stuff like that. So, he was just telling her some things about protesting, organizing, and what happened downtown Chicago department stores, like sit-ins, and how the department stores refused to hire black workers above the stock room, so they protested. And he was just telling her how they did things back in the day. Smitty still's trying to talk to Martin. Martin always deflects, and he invited Vernon and Samantha to lunch, and Smitty to lunch, because he really trying to talk to him about something important. So let's see. So we at the diner. This is the least I do not like this couple for the life of me. I do not care for this couple at all. Vanessa, this is the next couple on my list. Vanessa and Doug and Joey of it all. Okay. It's really getting messy though. Even though both of them get on my nerves. Doug and Vanessa get on my nerves, to be honest, because Doug still hasn't come clean about his gambling debt and what Joey want him to do for as trying to get Vanessa to bring in Joey so he can launder his money through. So it's like, girl, I mean, dude, you need to be honest. It's like you just letting these things happen, and about it happening, what he is doing, trying to push up on your wife and trying to get into her business. It's really frustrating, and Vanessa is just so blinded by lust at times. She really is. It's like they both have their selfish ways, let's just say that, but she really be stepping out on Doug. But Doug is stepping out, but not like that. He's stepping out because he has a gambling problem, and he owes Joey a lot of money. So yeah. So so Joey and Vanessa are at the diner, Eugene Soul Food Kitchen, and he like compliment Vanessa for her negotiation skill, because I guess they did some real estate business. Some went down, some went through, and as he give her compliments and praise her and stuff like that, Vanessa accused him always pushing the boundaries. That Joey said their good cop bad cop routine helped them secure their property, so they got some property together. So I don't know how much Joey hands was in it. I need to hear more details about it. Talking about how they make a great team and stuff like that. And then we see Doug walk in, and down, and he noticed they noticed Doug, well, Vanessa noticed Doug cast was also, she apologized for not being there when he got it removed. I guess that's why he was looking for her at the hospital. So Doug declined in joining her and her and Joey for lunch. So he dipped. So he said he needed to go back to the hospital, so he dipped. So yeah. Lately, Vernon. So no, Vernon, Martin, and Smitty and Samantha, they did arrive at the soul food kitchen place over Gene and noticed that Doug sour mood and how they also spotted Vanessa and Joey sitting together. Um so it was like a little gossip moment with Smitty think that Vanessa lunch with Joey is suspicious. Martin suggested they probably just old friends and stuff like that, but Samantha said they looked too cozy and Vernon agreed. So they were just peeping Vanessa and Joey attraction to each other, I guess. Um their energy, what they giving off. Because they know Vanessa is married to Doug. And Vanessa noticed that them staring across the diner. And she apologized to Joey for Doug's behavior. And she said that he's been going through some things lately. She reluctantly excuses herself to go after him. So she went after him because she knows she was supposed to meet with him when he got the cast taken off. So yeah, and then she probably can notice that he was upset, visibly upset that she been there with Joey and not with him. Um, so Smitty wants to tell Nicole about Vanessa lunch date with Joey. I'm like, oh my God, Smitty, just let it stay out of it. Okay. Stay out of it, okay. Yeah, because Martin said same thing, like let sleeping dogs lie. Like Samantha changed the subject by announcing that Terrell has a new girlfriend. And then Vernon shared the news about Grandma Anita trying to reunite with her former group, the Articulates. Smitty really wanted to talk to Martin, so he after they ate, he insists that Samantha and Vernon go. He really wants to talk to Martin alone in private. Vanessa arrived at the hospital. So happened Ted arrived at the hospital. Was at the hospital as well. Vanessa arrived at the hospital. She ran into Vanessa arrived at the hospital. She ran into Ted. And she called herself like cussing Ted out. Okay. I'm like, excuse you, man. I'm like, your nerve. I'm get you like wanting to speak up for your friend, but it's like, okay. So Ted, he stood there and took it. She let him have. She called him a clueless son of a bee, and she said you walk around like everything is fine. And mind you, as she was like cutting into Ted, you see Shanice over there eavesdropping. It was funny. It's like her facial expression, like because Shanice, boy, she be at the desk getting all the gossip. Okay. But she was eavesdropping, but it was funny seeing her in the background as Vanessa trying to cut into Ted. Um, Saying that Vanessa never doubted Ted, and even while he was cheating with Leslie, Ted insists that the affair was only like 20 some odd years ago. It only happened that one time or whatever during that time in the past. Um, and how she can't understand that Ted could look at his devoted wife and still throw their marriage away. Ted defends himself saying that he looks at Nicole now like cause he see all the pain Nicole in and all he caused. And said he never forget himself. So he already beat himself up for causing Nicole pain and what he done in their marriage and stuff like that. So he already beat himself up. So Vanessa tearing him into him wasn't phasing him, not none the least, because he already feel bad and feel down. So, but also Vanessa, Bitch, I'm gonna need you to calm down. It seemed like you was projecting much from what you got going on in your own relationship with the whole cheating of it all, child. And you've been cheating with multiple people and still continue to do so. What are you talking about, ma'am? So yeah. Yeah, so that was the end of the episode 59. So that was episode 57 to 59. Yeah, that's all I have for right now. And if you made it this far, make sure y'all hit the like button for your girl and make sure y'all subscribe if y'all new here. So I will greatly appreciate it. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye bye.